Hi, I'm Jake with the team here at Projul. In this video, I'll show how Projul's estimate templating features can streamline your estimating process. By using Projul's templates, you can significantly cut down on time and reduce costs, as there's no need to build estimates from the ground up for each project. This means you can allocate more time to essential tasks and worry less about the nitty-gritty of estimates. To start, let's look at an example of building out an estimate using multiple different types of estimate templates. First, we can head over to the lead pipeline page and find a project lead that's ready to have an estimate written. I'll go ahead and create an estimate for that project. In this case, we have a bathroom remodel project, so I can go to the top right and apply a bathroom remodel template to this estimate. Now from here, I can make any project-specific adjustments that I need. And now scrolling down a little further, I can see all the different sections that were brought in using this template. In this example, my customer wanted to do an add-on in addition to what's already been brought in, so I can apply a section template. In this case, we can add some cabinetry and storage options. And now if I wanted to add in just one more piece to this estimate, I can apply an individual line item template. In this case, we can do some under cabinet lights. And once I'm satisfied with my estimate, I can scroll down to the bottom, preview this as a client, and give it a once-over before sending this off to them. And now we'll look at how to create, apply, and manage these different estimate templates. To learn about the basics of estimating within Projul, go ahead and check out our estimate overview video, which will pop up on the screen now. First, as an overview to estimate templates, there are three main categories of estimate templating within Projul. The first is I can create a template for the entire estimate. This will include the introduction, all of my description and pricing, my contract details, as well as any photos or files that I would have attached to this estimate. And next, I can create a template for an individual section within my estimate. For example, I could create a template for this demolition and preparation section with all my line items and any subsections that would be within that. And lastly, I can create a template for an individual line item within my estimate. Whether that's a labor item, a material item, or another cost, I can save the name, the description, and any of the settings within that item, such as tax settings, markup, category, anything like that. Now starting at the smallest level of estimate templating, the individual line item level. To create a template for a single line item, I'll create that line item within my estimate. I can now expand that item by clicking the drop-down arrow on the left side, scroll down to the bottom, and on the far bottom right corner, I'll see a Save Item as Template button. By clicking on this, it will pop up with a verification of the settings that I want to save. I'll make sure that these are all correct and I don't want to make any edits. And once that's done, I can press Save and Close. This will now be available for future use. So if I wanted to add this in, I'll press whatever type of item it is. In this case, it's a labor item. Search for that item name and select that from my drop-down list. Now I can see all my settings, the pricing, any information I included in that line item will now be brought into this estimate. And now moving to the next level up, I can group multiple line items or subsections together into one estimate section template. To do this, first I'll just build out my section how I would like. In this case, I have an interior painting section. And once I'm ready to save this for future use, I can navigate to the top right of this section, select the three-dot menu, and then press Save as Estimate Section Template on the bottom. Here I can verify the information I'd like to be saved within this template, make any changes as necessary, and then I can go to the bottom and press Save Template. Now this section is saved for future use, so if I wanted to add this to another estimate in the future, all I have to do is scroll down to the description and pricing section where I would normally select a labor, material, or other cost item. I'll click Section Template, search for the name of the template I would like to bring in, select it, and then press OK. And now the section with all of its line items is now brought in. Another nice feature about section templates is they can be applied to another section as a subsection. For example, if I wanted to include this interior painting section into this cabinetry and countertop section, I'll expand this and select the drop-down arrow on the bottom of this section. From here, I'll select Insert Estimate Section Template as Subsection. Then again, just search for the name, select it, and press OK. And now that interior painting has been added as a subsection to this cabinetry and countertop section. And now lastly, to create a template for my entire estimate, I'll first build out the estimate how I would like it, including my introduction, my description and pricing, my contract details, and any photos and files I'd like to add. And then scrolling to the very top of the estimate, I'll select the three-dot menu on the top right and press Make Template from this estimate. I'll give the template a name. In this case, this is a kitchen remodel template. Press OK, and now I can apply this to future estimates by simply clicking the three-dot menu on the top right, pressing Apply Template to this estimate, searching for the template, and pressing OK. One thing to keep in mind when applying an estimate template is that applying an estimate template will overwrite any existing data that was already in your estimate. So make sure that you apply your estimate template at the very beginning, not at the end of writing an estimate, overwriting all the data you've put in. This is a common mistake when people will create an estimate template that only includes an introduction and contract details. If you build out your whole estimate and then apply that at the very end, your description and pricing section will be overwritten with nothing, leaving you with just an introduction and contract details. So if that's how you'd like to estimate, go ahead and apply that introduction and contract details template first, and then after that, you can create your description and pricing section and make edits to your estimate to ensure you're not losing any data. And now, once we have our templates created, we'll look at the best places to manage those templates. To access these pages, first start by clicking your initials on the bottom left and then selecting Templates. From here on the right sidebar, I'll see a list of all the different types of templates I can create. Estimates, estimate sections, cost templates, and project templates. The estimate template section I can open by clicking the blue down arrow. I can see a list of my templates. I can click into any of these to edit them, or I can select the three-dot menu on the right side to either edit those or delete. Estimate section templates behave very similarly. I can click into these to edit or delete. And next, to manage my individual line item templates, I'll select the Manage Cost Templates button. This will open a page that's laid out in spreadsheet format, showing all my line items and different settings that can be adjusted. On this page, I can easily adjust any of the values for my saved costs. On the top left, I can change between viewing all my line items or just my material, labor, or other cost templates. I can change the sort order of all of these columns by selecting the sort arrows to the right of each of the column titles. On the top right, I can change some of the column visibility settings to trim down what's shown on this page. If I want to search for a specific line item, I can select the filter button on the top right and search for any items I want to see. Moving to the right, I can add a new cost if I want to create a new template from this page instead of doing it from my actual estimate. And lastly, if I've made any updates to these line items and I want to adjust those in any templates that these line items have been embedded in, I can press the Update Cost in Templates button. So now I don't have to go through all my section templates and all my big estimate templates to manage all of these costs. I can do it on this one page and send those updates to any templates that these are stored within. This button won't update any costs and estimates that have been created in the past. It will only update your templates for future use. If you have any questions about estimating within Projul, please contact our success team at 844-394-8541, or you can email us at support@projul.com. Thank you.